Hello, this is Greg Ellison from Green Greg's. Why did I bug out to the desert? Because there's so few people out here. So I'm living in my bug out location. What I found for me, was a tiny home was a good economical way to set up a good secure place in the desert for me to live in. And so I'm going to show you my tiny home right now, what we've done with it so far. Yeah, I got a lot. This is part of my property here. It's going to be my garden spot out there. There's a couple of my vehicles. We're still very much a construction zone here, still accumulating stuff. This water tank is not stuff that's going to be part of my rainwater catchment. I'm going to have another water tank for well water. And this is the tiny home. It stands pretty tall, don't it? They can be a lot smaller than this or bigger. Now, I'm kind of limited in space here in due to certain roles here in the county I'm in. So we made a lot of progress. Kitty cats want me to feed them. I'll do that in a little bit. It's all wired up. It's all insulated. We're putting the sheetrock in down here probably today. I got a couple of guys that's going to come work on this. But we've got electricity. A lot of the sheetrock is up down here. I've got these My Buddy heaters to heat the, this one here will totally heat this place. But I am planning to put a wood heater here because, grid down, you're not going to be able to buy propane or gasoline to run a generator. So I've got solar panels. We just haven't set all that up yet. I'll take you upstairs here real quick. Show you this is a lot farther along. This is my future bedroom right here. And this will be where I'll probably put my dresser. Where I'm standing is going to be the stairwells. And this will be my storage room, more or less. Yeah, you can see this is all the sheetrock's done up here pretty much. Maybe a little fine sanding and something like that and painting. Work around the windows. But for the most part, this is done down here. So this is going to be my study, my studio. For that reason, on this side, the electrical outlets are up really high. In fact, they are all the way around. So I can get to it easier for plugging my computers in. I always hated them being down low like that one there, which is typical. That's fine for them. This is going to be my kitchen area. So I've already got a makeshift situation set up here. I got a microwave, a coffee maker, and a little refrigerator. I've turned my generator off just so it wouldn't be making too much noise here. I've got a couple of these foot-powered sinks from a friend that you can actually hand wash with. This one's got a broken exit. I can't use it in the house, but a drain, I should say. There's another set I got to put together. I think it's all complete, so I should be able to use that one in the house. And maybe I can piece part this one and get it working. That's supposed to be the soap dispensary. Set outside till on UV got to the plastic. This has got a 5-gallon water tank in it, reserves. And I got to keep the place warm in here just so that they don't freeze at nighttime. I mean, sometimes here we're getting down in the teens. I think we got down to 9 one night here this fall. So anyway, that's pretty much what we got here. So, why don't we do this? Why don't we build a tiny home in the desert? For one thing for me, I was having some financial challenges. My career had for a bit got mighty thin. Right now it's running mighty thick. But for a while I got mighty thin. And I was having some troubles because I had a girlfriend who ran a bunch of my credit card debt way up to the moon. And I was really choking on it. And so in my field, you file bankruptcy, it messes you up on security clearance, stuff like that. So it's kind of a challenge. So I didn't want to go down that route just for other reasons too. So what I did is I had some things that I was afraid to lose. So what I did is I sold my place in Alabama. I wasn't able to pay off all my credit card debt and work on this place too. But I paid off only about 40%, but it was the higher interest rate stuff. So it really got my cost way down, believe it or not, getting rid of that and the house mortgage. There is no mortgage on this place. The property's paid for. The cool thing in the desert is you can buy property really cheap. So that's one reason to consider this really cheap. I got 40 acres here, and I got a great deal on it. And there's no mortgage on any of this. So that makes it a lot better for me. Yeah, we got a lot of trash in here because we're still doing sheetrock work. You can see the sheetrock pieces over there. And I think I may have just heard my help coming up here. I hadn't heard a vehicle. I thought I had a couple of people drive in, a couple of the vehicles for night. this wee hours this morning. I had to go rescue them in a blowout. So sleep's been kind of thin lately. But in any event, so yeah, I was able to apply. You know, I sold my house to a prepper, not a prepper. I mean a flipper, house flipper, and they really lowballed me. So I didn't get near the kind of money I probably could have gotten on it, and so I had some equity in it that enabled me, like I said, pay off the higher interest rates and do some work on this property here. What really hurt me was my barn burning down. That knocked a lot of value off that property. I got a little bit back from the insurance for it, but it just wasn't enough to make up the difference, or it wasn't been enough to really rebuild the barn. They just couldn't. That barn was quite an undertaking. It was a beautiful barn. I really hated losing it. That really hurt because I put a lot of personal sweat equity into that structure. But in any event, so this is my latest structure here. I put a lot of sweat equity in this too, and I've had some help with it. So yeah, my helpers are showing up here. So my friends, yeah, there's possibilities. There's things you can do, and it does make sense for me to do what I did. This is a good location for prepping, for bugging out, because it's way out in the middle of nowhere. There's less people to come eat you, and most people here are preppers. So that's a good thing. And I can get water set up. Don't worry about it. I'll go on that more in the future. All right, well, that's it. Thank you for watching. Greg out.